Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Otis, you crazy mother.
Go ahead and cover up this logo real quick. What is up? What's up, man?
A little too late for that.
Yeah. Luckily, we have more subscribers on the audio feed than we do the video feed.
Well, this is true.
Yes. So what up, everybody listening? I appreciate you listening. Go ahead and hit the like, comment, subscribe button. Leave a comment on iTunes, Stitcher, whatever it is that you use. Any app that you use, really, just give us a shout out. If you follow us on Twitter, me personally, I'm your boy Ben Goosen. Follow me on Twitter at Ben_Goosen. Anytime you need something, I will hit you back too, because I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of wrestling, sports, MMA. Real big music fan, absolutely huge music fan. So a huge musical knowledge base, and real big video game fan. More so on the sports and non-RPG games, because I let my boy here handle the RPGs, because
That's right.
that's a whole nother beast I can't tackle, man.
That's right, man. I got 60 everything. I got 60 Black Mage. I got 60 Bard. I got 60 Samurai when it comes out. I got 60 Garrison. I'm all over the place with the RPGs. We're going down with FanFest. Shout out to everybody that's at FanFest this weekend. I can't wait to find out what's going on with what our new expansion pack is on Final Fantasy 14. And yeah,
Did you just say 60 bars?
60 Bard.
What's that?
You know, so a bard is someone basically who plays like musical instruments to kind of rally the crowd. So like when, like in what is that called? What's that? The one with the face paint with the big old war in Scotland? What is it?
Braveheart?
Braveheart. There you go. So the guys who play the drums to get the crowd or to get the people ready. Those are bards. Those are bards.
You have bards in your RPG games?
Yeah, man, they're badass too, dude. They got
So as
bow
you
and
go into
arrows.
combat, you got people like tapping the drums for you, pretty much, or like playing some stuff to pump up the crowd.
Yeah, and then in Final Fantasy, it's a harp. So, but yeah, essentially, man, it's pretty hot. Man. It's pretty hot. If y'all want to see that live, y'all go see my Twitch, Kornoseiji, KORINNOSEIJI. A bard's life right there, man. That's my feat, man. The bard's life.
I'm lost. Well, if ever you want to follow me and hit me up on Twitch, I haven't streamed in a while. I think the last time I streamed, it's been a minute. It might have been Madden or actually, you know what it was? I was trying to go high rounds on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies Der Eisendrache, and my goal was to go high rounds. I was going to go to round 105 and then complete the Easter egg, which is what the legit dudes do. But it's not that hard. It's just real time consuming. But I think there was a storm in the air or something. No. I got bored and I went ahead and beat the boss battle. So, but yeah, it's twitch.tv/Ben Goosen. So I think it might be Ben_Goosen. I'll have to double check on that. But if you follow me at Ben_Goosen, I will. No, it's Ben. Is it on Twitch? Is it Ben_ or Ben space Goosen?
I think it's Ben Space Goosen, but you know what? It's on IRWP.us. All of our profiles are there, so y'all hit us up there and
just say what's up. I don't judge. We don't care about your opinion. Not that we don't care about it, but we're wrestling fans. We're normal dudes. We're not trying to make $1 million off this. It's just flat out it's just like anything else where you connect with other people. So, and I actually like hearing about stuff that people like, because there's a lot of hate out there on the IWC. So enough of the hate out there. Enough of the hate. We got to appreciate.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, well, we had a fun week in wrestling. So, a lot of things going on. So, I know we try to keep this 45 minutes to an hour. So, we'll try to go through the touch points. So, I guess you want to start with, yeah, we'll start with Raw. What do you think?
You know what? I was really impressed with Raw this week, man. Like, and keep in mind, I only get to watch the Hulu cut, but um, yeah, I was really, really impressed. Yo, shout out to my boy Rusev, man. That look he got was it's great, bro.
Well, Rusev's a whole nother beast right now.
He
And
definitely,
yes, and are you talking about the shaved? Like,
yes, the shave. Remember Roman Reigns when he came back from his suspension, he had that shave, and then he just kind of,
did he really?
yeah, and then he kind of did away with it. Well, he had a full beard, and then he kind of went with the half cut like Rusev, but Rusev pulled it off way better
Oh
than
yeah.
Roman Reigns did. So, but yeah, and I love the fact how he just interrupted like Sasha and and
And he
Charlotte.
called Charlotte the like a stupid black swan.
Yeah, shut up, Black
Yeah.
Swan.
Yeah. So,
Rusev's on another
but
level.
was that okay? So, opening segment, right? So, was that
Yep.
not weird that Charlotte and Sasha comes out first? So automatically, I think, all right, Charlotte's going to come out next or interfere, like the token someone's cutting a promo interference. But Rusev interferes, and then they both end up cutting a promo together against Rusev, which has nothing to do with anything at all between them two. And then they cut kind of promos on themselves. So, like, I don't know. It just seemed like, I don't know. I mean, I like seeing Rusev, but it just didn't make sense. Like, what was the point? Nothing came out of it.
I think it was just something that was put together. I think maybe I don't know if I thought it was weird too. I don't know if maybe he just came out there because their segment was stale, which I hate to say this, man, and you know how big of a fan I am of Sasha, but this Sasha I don't like. She's like it's not coming off natural whatsoever. You could tell she is like fully scripted to the T, which I don't understand. I don't like it. I'm waiting for the boss to come out, and then yeah, I can't stand this Sasha right now, man. It's painful for me to watch this Sasha right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Hill Sasha. This. So, all right, let me ask you this then. When it comes, if you think about it, all right, Sasha as a face will come out and say these exact type of words, and let me know if you agree or disagree. I come out here, I work my ass off to put on a show for these fans. I'm a hard worker in the ring, and I deserve to be the WWE Women's Champion. Is that pretty in line with what a Sasha Banks face promo sounds like?
I mean, that's how it's coming off, but it's coming off like that every single week. But
And
it's not
is there any
natural.
difference? No, it's well, there's no difference between her. Becky Lynch says the same thing when I watched on SmackDown the next night.
True.
Bailey says the same thing when I watch Raw. So it just seems like you have a bunch of the same kind of character, and they're all good in the ring. Like they all got their own different styles and stuff in the ring, which is cool. But I guess I'm just more of a heel Sasha. Like she comes out a bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. When it comes to heel Sasha, the personality of the script goes out the window. It's
Yeah.
believable. It's entertaining. It's fun. I, I don't know. I honestly, I mean, I don't know what to say. This is I don't know what to be more worried about. Like the progression of Sasha Banks or the women division on Raw?
So I like the way you chimed in with the on Raw part, which I think we'll end up talking about here in a minute when we do our SmackDown review. Cesaro and Kofi fought next. Do you care about that at all?
Uh, I have no, I don't. But the only thing I would like to say about that is well, shout out to my boy Big E, bro, with the we're going through the trousers and
Yes.
that was so great,
Videos.
and he was
Yes.
doing it for so long. It was amazing, man. It was
Yes.
he just kept going. So shout out to Big E for that, man. That was and,
Yeah.
and this, I love it when he swims inside the ring. That's just I love him, man. I think that this is ultimately going to lead to them dropping the titles to Cesaro and.
So you have three guys who have held the titles for 400 plus days, and they're going to lose to a tag team that was thrown together 3 weeks ago.
I think that the title's going to go on Anderson and Gallows one way or another, and I think the only way that you're going to be able to do it, like for some reason, WWE doesn't like putting the titles or taking the titles from someone that's homegrown. Like they would rather pass it on to someone else who's homegrown that's lesser talent and give it to someone else. So
Yeah.
hopefully you follow that. I know that my logic can be kind of messed up a bit, but I mean, this is essentially how I've seen it going. I mean, the Usos did it as well as I can't remember a couple years back, but they ended up doing it as well. But you're going to have you're going to have the New Day drop the titles to Cesaro and Sheamus. And then Sheamus and Cesaro are going to implode when fighting Anderson and Gallows, and Anderson and Gallows are going to capitalize, take the belts off, as opposed to having Anderson and Gallows just take the belts off of the New Day. It's just going to be a hand-me-over process. And the WWE is kind of notorious for doing that kind of stuff. Like they did it with Zack Ryder at WrestleMania. They put the title up for grabs. They gave it to him one night only to pass it on to The Miz the next night. And it's trash, man. I'd rather see a quality match, regardless of who it is. You know, if it's someone who's not homegrown, fine, then don't give it to them for a long duration, but still give it to them if they're deserving of it.
You know what would be cool? I think this would be really awesome. What if, and it goes to your point, so you want champions to be champions for more than a month. So what if, how cool would it be, like Miz was doing the whole, I've been IC champion for 128 days, or 130 days, 150 days. What if the champions on each show, like the Miz, before last Sunday, would go up and tell AJ Styles, you've been the SmackDown champ for 2 months. I've been the IC champ for 150 days. And I know there's a difference between the IC and the heavyweight champ or the SmackDown champion or whatever. But just the fact that Miz can play off the well, at least I hold on to my title. Like, I wish that they would do that. Like, just so it little comments like that add to the prestige. You know what I mean? The prestige of the title. So, I mean, we'll see, because I think when I see how long people hold titles, it makes me think of I don't know how long TJ Perkins is going to hold the title, but I mean, we'll see. And, speaking of TJ Perkins and the cruiserweight title in the cruiserweight division, we had a tag match on Raw. It was Sin Cara and Lince Dorado versus Drew Gulak. Gulak or Gulak?
Gulak.
And Tony Nese. So I'm going to say this right now. Is it SmackDown? SmackDown has Black Neville. Yeah, because White Neville fought on Raw this week. So
he did?
Yeah. No, that was
yeah, and so was that tag team match as well.
So they fought, and obviously, because it was Lince Dorado's, I believe, his Raw debut, right? Or at least Sin Cara and Lince as a tag team unit. Yeah, it was their debut. or
guess so.
Sin Cara's debut into the cruiserweight division. Excuse me.
So he's officially in it.
He is, and I think he weighs in. I think at 205 pounds. By the way, they mentioned on Raw.
That's the max.
But Dorado won with the shooting star press. He pinned Gulak actually. And the thing, so I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. We have Black Neville, we have White Neville, and Cruiserweight Sandow. Tony Nese, I'm going to call. You mean Cruiserweight Sandow from now on because he looks like a little 5'10" Damian Sandow.
Yeah,
Aaron Rex. I'm sorry, but man, that dude is. I feel like. Is he a spot monkey? You know, like the indies, they rely on spots that are real heavy, and it makes sense. Like I'm not ragging on the indies. I've been to plenty of ROH shows and independent shows here in Texas. I mean, you can do a lot of spots because you're in a different city every night, and you're not on TV every day, or you're not on TV 5-6 hours a week. So every city you go to, you could pull out the heavy spots. So do you think Tony Nese is just a spot guy?
I don't think he's a spot guy. When I think of a spot guy, I think of just consistently one moves, no combo. One moves, no combo.
Well, name
Tony Nese.
Say it.
John Cena's a spot monkey. It doesn't do all the high flying, but
Black Neville. My boy Black Neville.
Yes, Black Neville's a spot monkey. Neville's a spot monkey, but I only say he's a spot monkey because they don't pair him with anyone who can actually go. Like when he fights, who's the Canadian that feuds with Kevin Owens?
Sami Zayn.
There you go. When he feuds with Sami Zayn, or not feuds, but when he wrestles Sami Zayn, it's not a spot monkey. Like he's an actual wrestler who just does cool moves because they can both go. But you put him in the ring with the Big Show or Sheamus. Well, he was spot monkeying all the way through because those guys can't go with him. So I don't know, man. I don't mind the spot monkey stuff in the cruiserweight as much, as long as it's, they're doing more than they're doing combinations. Like that's what makes it more entertaining for me.
Well, so can I tell you something?
Yes.
So guess who teamed up this week with Neville?
Is it Kota Ibushi?
No, it was Sami Zayn. You just said that those guys were fighting.
Back.
So this week, it was actually good to see.
No, Kota Ibushi's in NXT right now.
He is. No. Sami Zayn teamed up with White Neville. So Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas come to the ring. They cut a quick promo, and then Enzo and Big Cass come out. And when Enzo and Big Cass get to the ring, they get jumped. So they get jumped, and then that was kind of they hit the Magic Killer. I guess I should tell you who jumped him, but Gallows and Anderson jump him, hit the Magic Killer on him. That's kind of the end of it. So at that point, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas say, "Hey, we came here for a fight. We want to fight somebody." So Sami Zayn comes out. Like you're expecting a tag team to come out.
What is Raw doing?
And Sami Zayn comes out, and you're like, all right. Like, that to me was a prime example of Sami Zayn showed up at the arena to work today, got his trunks on, and they were like, oh, we might as well throw this guy into something. And then his partner was Neville. How? What do they have? Zero in common. You can't say that the independent scene produced these guys together. There's nothing. There's nothing at all.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know what to say about some of these filler matches that they're putting on, man. Uh, Obviously I wasn't privy to seeing that on the Hulu version of it, but I can say that like if I did see something like that, I would say that it kind of degrades the show in a bit, especially if like it doesn't make any sense if you're throwing matches to throw matches. I mean, but then again, like everything doesn't have to be storyline driven, but I'm kind of like tag teams should be tag teams.
Yeah,
Single wrestlers should be single wrestlers.
I agree.
And I think that that's the issue. You're throwing tag team matches with single wrestlers, and it's not working. Unless you're going to put a name on this tag team, they
And
should
matching
not be
tights.
yeah, exactly. And matching tats and matching everything. There's
Hmm.
no reason for you to put them in a tag team match unless it makes sense. So uh, they need to stop that. That's all
So
I
can I
got to
tell
say
you
about that.
something?
Yep.
There was a period of Raw, and I'm not gonna lie. So especially now that Monday Night Football's on, so wrestling for me takes priority over Monday Night Football unless the Dolphins are on. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. There was a period on Raw. I'm gonna tell you this match lineup, okay? There was a period on Raw, and I'm pretty sure this all got cut from Hulu. Ready?
I'm listening.
It was a backstage segment with Foley talking, and this is how it started, with Foley talking to Sasha Banks and Charlotte. And then it was the Curtis Axel and Dallas versus Enzo and Cass, where Gallows and Anderson interfered. And then Zayn and Neville versus Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Then R-Truth versus Titus O'Neil.
This all happened on Monday?
And then Braun Strowman versus the Splash Brothers. And I'm not talking about Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. I'm talking about two jobbers. That all happened in one solid, give or take, like a 30, 45-minute span of Raw.
Are you like this Monday? Like the one that we're talking about?
Yeah. So Sage, that was 45 minutes,
Oh my gosh.
maybe an hour, that I didn't get back. Like, I sat there and thought, all right, something's got to happen. Okay. Nothing happened during that segment. And maybe something will happen in the next. Okay. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas versus Zayn and Neville. Okay. It was something will happen. Oh, okay. R-Truth and Titus O'Neil. Well, that's fine. Goldust is going to interfere. Goldust is interfere somewhat, I guess, maybe. No, well, R-Truth beat Titus O'Neil. Big deal. Okay. Backstage segment with Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins. All right, that proved nothing to me at all. And TJ Perkins' mic skills suck, by the way. And then Braun Strowman versus two jobbers at the same time. And I'm like, wait a minute. This was 45 minutes of my time. Gone. That's it. That matter of fact, Hulu probably read. I gotta say, whoever directs those Hulu cuts, they probably read that and just said, cut. Rusev, Roman Reigns, Charlotte, Sasha. All right, go ahead and add that.
Gonna add that.
It had to have been. There was this middle period. I wonder if whoever's planning Raw watches football, and then when they see it's a close game, if they're like, whoa, go ahead and throw Braun Strowman out there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. That you know what? That actually makes sense. Like maybe that's why Raw is so terrible. Like yes. Maybe that's why Raw is so terrible is because the matches they're booking them on the fly based on whatever show is currently, I guess, the NFL and the presidential election debates and stuff like that. So maybe they're scheduling around that kind of stuff. But last Tuesday, SmackDown went against the VP one, and SmackDown was still great. In fact, during SmackDown, like I was reading the tweets and people were like, yo, why am I watching the VP debate, man? The SmackDown is just, it's just going. It's great. It's
Killing it,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's killing it. So I don't know what the formula is for Raw, like to survive. Like I'm gonna tell you, like right off the bat. First off, if you guys have never watched Raw on Hulu, I would recommend that you at least try it one time out of the week. Don't watch the live one. Just watch it the next day on Hulu and just kind of compare it to what you guys saw last week and let me know, like, do you feel like the product is better at a 90-minute interval versus the 3 hours with 2.5 hours or an hour and a half or whatever of it being garbage or trash, as most people are commenting to be. I would be interested to see what other people's thoughts would be on that. I personally enjoy it on Hulu Plus. I don't like it when they censor out Enzo's dance, but other than that, I think it's pretty. It'd be a good experiment.
Oh yeah. So, but other than that, after that boring period of Raw, after that they went into the Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, Rusev Charlotte tag team match. Pretty good. The faces won. Like very obviously, the faces won. And then Perkins fought Daivari, which was nice, but at the end of the day, you knew T.J. Perkins was going to win.
Yeah, I actually like Daivari, to be honest with you.
So do I.
I liked him in the CWC, and he played a great heel wrestler, like legit. So, and it sucks that he lost in. I consider it to be a squash match, but it's a shame that they didn't let him wrestle and tell the story. But
yeah,
I don't know. They're killing the cruiserweight division right now, man, with all these damn tag team matches.
Oh yeah, and then the main event was Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho, and Seth Rollins won with the roll up.
I will say, man, I am enjoying Chris Jericho right now. Like, I mean, I always have. Jericho is just great, but yo, when they were in the ring with the Authority and they made, Stephanie made the list, and then she announced, this opportunity to be in a triple threat. He had on his face, and he's scratching out Stephanie's name. That was just pure gold, pure freaking gold, man. Jericho's doing great stuff.
And we're talking about, I think Jericho's 45, 46. No, I think he's 44, 45, excuse me. We're talking about a guy who's just at this point in his career, I mean, he's good. He knows he knows his value, but he's having fun. And he even said this week, somebody said something, and he said, "You're making a stupid idiom, IDIOM, stupid idiom." And when when R-Truth, did they cut it from Hulu, the Payday Candy Bar segment?
I guess so, man. I don't recall that.
Jericho was on his phone backstage talking to somebody and complaining to him, typical Jericho fashion. And Jericho references, "Hey, I need to get my payday," or something like that. And R-Truth is walking behind him, and R-Truth has a Payday candy bar. So R-Truth walks up to Jericho, and I think he had mentioned something like, "Hey, dog, you looking for a payday or whatever?" And it was a complete like Payday paid advertisement ad. Like obviously Payday was sponsoring Raw that night. And then R-Truth walks off with the candy bar. They exchange some words. R-Truth walks off with the candy bar. And Jericho says, like, he walks off and he looks at R-Truth and it's like, about the candy bar. He's like, "I didn't say I didn't want it. Stupid idiot." So, like, it was a typical, like, Payday commercial pretty much during Raw.
Nice.
Jericho, and then did you hear the pop the crowd made when Jericho would go into his, oh, that's the way you feel? Yeah? Yeah? You want to go that way? Well, guess what? You just made the list. But did you notice when he says
the pause, man? The pause.
He says it. He says, "You just made the list." in that same voice every time, and he sounds like an FM radio station host,
That's right.
like calling in, coming up next, be caller number 8, be caller number 8 to win these WWE Royal Rumble tickets live, San Antonio, coming up next, be caller number 8, you just made the list. Like he has that that voice, you know what I mean? Like you just made the list, and the crowd, God, they popped for it huge, man.
Marking, man, marking.
Yeah, you could tell Jericho at this point is making 6-7 figures a year, and they just tell him, "Go have fun. I trust you." And what's nice, what I like about Jericho is, I don't know if you've noticed, he'll lose the big matches. So he'll lose against Seth Rollins and the main event guys, but he beats everybody else. So he beat Sami Zayn, and he wins these. He beat AJ at WrestleMania. So he wins these matches against guys who aren't the main event, I guess you could say. But yeah, Jericho is. So where would you put Jericho in the GOAT conversation?
Oh man, he's got to be up there in the top 10 discussion.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 10.
Yeah.
Just longevity. He could do everything. But yeah, that was pretty much Raw for the most part. Personally, I think Seth Rollins using the pedigree is stupid, but what can you do?
Can't do the curb stomp, bro.
Yeah. So SmackDown. I just finished SmackDown today, and I gotta say, the Spirit Squad, seeing him back,
It's kind of good, right?
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, at least for at least Kenny, because I think these days, I think the Spirit Squad as a twosome, not as 5 dudes or 4 dudes or 3 dudes, anything more than 2, I think they could really get over. Like if they come out and they do a cheer, but they turn those cheers into insults on the universe and the crowd, just typical heel fashion, I think those dudes could get over.
Oh yeah, hands down, dude. I always thought Kenny was the most talented one in that group, and I know that for political or issues he had that he didn't get over, but I'm so glad that they were able to reconcile that and bring him back, because he's great to watch, and he's great on the mic as well. And I know one thing that we didn't talk about is No Mercy.
So on SmackDown, after Kenny came out, we don't need to talk about No Mercy. Carmella fought Naomi. That was a good match, and we don't need to talk about our No Mercy predictions either.
Why not, Goose? What happened, Goose?
We're not talking about No Mercy right now. We're talking about.
Tell the people why you mad, son. Tell the people why you mad, son. Oh man! So in a nutshell, guys,
No Mercy was good. If I'm going to give a quick recap, I lost 4-2 this week on the picks. I think a couple of them we had as a push. We both picked the Miz to win, and that was I didn't get to see it. I got home really late that night, and I just caught the main event, or I just caught the last hour. You know what? Okay, we won't go into.
What was the main event, man? Because it sure as hell wasn't Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton.
The main event was me versus sleep. Trying to stay awake. So I caught. You text me and said, "Hey, the title fight is going to open tonight," and the first thing I thought in my mind was, "Why would they do that? You're full of crap." But then I remember the debate was that night. So I thought, when you told me that, I thought, okay, that just means the Miz and Dolph Ziggler is the main event. So
right,
naturally, right? So I was at my family's house. We had a big family barbecue, typical barbecue thing, right? And pull up on my phone the WWE Network, and I watched the heavyweight title fight. Great match, by the way. And so I assumed Miz and Ziggler were the main event. So I go home, get home, turn on the network, expect to see Ziggs and the Miz, and the main event starts and it's Bray Wyatt. And I realized I had missed the Dolph Ziggler match, so I was pretty upset about missing that. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bummed out. But I thought the card was good. I mean, the card itself, it was a weird setup for the card, but
but
It
it
was
worked.
okay because the talent,
Like,
because of the talent.
yeah, exactly. It worked. Even the Naomi versus Alexis Bliss match was pretty decent, considering that Becky Lynch wasn't there. Like the whole entire pay-per-view was just it was a good it was a good solid pay-per-view. It opened up with a bang with the triple threat match, and I absolutely loved how AJ tapped to to both
Yes.
Cena and to Dean Ambrose, and them thinking that they were gonna win because of a
I
double tap.
loved
That
I loved when AJ said on
it's
SmackDown, "What are you?" He told Dean, "What are you stupid? I knew no, not both of you could win if I tapped, so I tapped on purpose."
that's my
That
boy.
that was like a troll 101 right there.
Oh,
Just
made me
troll
hit
101.
the AJ again, bro.
Oh yeah. For those of you listening right now, Sage and I went to with a couple of friends went to I don't know if you have them in whatever city you're listening to. If you do, let us know because I have no clue if it's spread around. But here in Texas, they have these great room escapes, and we went to this zombie room escape where you got to solve all these puzzles. And one of the things they made you do was dance for a clue how to figure out this puzzle. And Sage the Mark hit the AJ Styles dance. And if you don't know what that is, go ahead and go on Twitter, type in at Sage the Mark, space, and then this is all in the search, space, AJ dance, and you'll see what we're talking about.
That's right.
And I hit him with a little combination of the Enzo. So I hit him with some Running Man, some Running Man, and then the edited out Enzo dance, the bicycle ride thing that he does. I didn't dab though, but yeah. So No Mercy was good. SmackDown was good. Man, I thought the Spirit Squad versus Dolph Ziggler was cool, especially if Spirit Squad's not around anymore. If it was just a quick thing, and then Carmella and Naomi fought. So, all right, let me ask you this: what is Naomi's gimmick?
I mean, the whole dancing with the strobe lights and the rave dancing, the ska music and all that.
Sure, I don't know. You tell me. What's her gimmick?
I
Because
mean,
I don't know what it is.
that's to me, that's what her gimmick is. I mean, it's more. I think it's just a throwback to her dancing days when she was in Orlando Magic, and I think it works. I like it. It's entertaining and fun to watch. As far as like from a storyline perspective, where is she fitting? I think that with Becky out with whatever illness that she has, they need to have a strong face go up against or keep or not Carmella, but keep Alexa Bliss occupied. So I think that this is just nothing more than just a semi feud until they get to Scotland and do their thing.
So it's Naomi's. Okay. So whatever your gimmick is, when you talk on the mic, you ideally have to be in that gimmick, right?
Yeah, ideally. I mean, that's
But she doesn't talk. There's nothing to her gimmick other than an awesome entrance. And what hurts me is that she's by far the most overall athletic, like outside the ring, just real life athletic female wrestler on the SmackDown roster. But like the entrance is cool and all, but okay, it plays on her background as a dancer, right? But
right.
she doesn't dance in the ring in between moves. She doesn't have a move where like a spin a Rooney or anything like that. Like she doesn't do anything in her. Like once her entrance is done, that's it.
I mean, I like the Neon Nightmare. I think it kind of goes with her whole gimmick. Um, and then she does this split, the
Oh, true. Like a leg drop.
yeah, the split leg drop. I think that that kind of goes with her gimmick as well. And then that little butt shake thing she does on the top rope
The
where
corner.
she
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think her skill sets kind of go with her gimmick. It's just not overly postulated like some of the other gimmicks are. So I don't know. I think it works, man. And she doesn't get. I don't think she needs to be on the mic. Honestly, I prefer her heel on the mic versus face on the mic.
I could see that. So after that on SmackDown, we had, oh man, after that on SmackDown, after the fantastic Naomi win, we had Chad Gable and Jimmy Uso, which we discussed last week. We're huge fans of the Usos. Jimmy won, and it was actually a pretty creative win. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that caught me off guard, especially since they were wearing, I think, skinny jeans or like taper jeans to the ring, and I was like, man, that's a good pin right there. So the Usos, I think, could be huge heels. We talked about it last week, and then after that, we unfortunately had AJ Styles come out and cut a promo.
Unfortunately, you weren't a fan of this segment at all.
I wasn't a fan of where my life started at that point for the next 30 minutes. And it was because the World Heavyweight Champion came out, the SmackDown Championship. I'll just, well, for the sake of ease, I'm not going to call the Universal Champ Kevin Owens the Universal. I'm just going to say Raw Champion and SmackDown Champion, just for ease of argument here. But the champion came out, who is, regardless of if he cheated or not, 2-0 against John Cena, and then just pinned John Cena in a match. Comes out, and I'm pumped, like thinking, all right, man, AJ's really going to put it to people, right? He's really going to take this one. He's going to run with it. He's going to prove that he's trying to put himself in the GOAT conversation. He picks his opponent, and it's old James Ellsworth. And Dean Ambrose is the ref. Like, that just to me was like, man, we don't have anything to do right now. What can kind of spice things up? And when Ellsworth, first off, when he took that Styles Clash,
like a champ.
Ellsworth, if you're listening, you might want to. Maybe it was the editing of SmackDown, but you might not want. I wouldn't. I'm not a wrestler, but I definitely know that's not a move where you want to tuck your chin. You don't want to put your chin to your chest at all, or try to look forward. Just cock your head back, try to make the back of your head touch your back or in between your shoulders or something. This was the worst moment of wrestling this week for me. AJ Styles loses to James the Chin Ellsworth. That was the absolute worst. You know what? Stay silent for a second.
You get nothing. You get nothing. You get
That.
You get. God damn it. God damn
That's exactly my bonehead moment of the week. Bonehead moment of the week.
Come on, man.
Having your champion, you had your champion who just beat John Cena. He's 2-0 against John Cena.
Look,
2-0
bro.
against John Cena. Just won a triple threat against the two biggest faces on SmackDown, and he loses to a jobber.
It's not like he lost fairly to the jobber, right? And it was shenanigans. Like, when was the last time that we had like a feel good shenanigans moment with the world champion? Like,
Give that to anybody else. There's 30 other dudes on the roster that could have that feel good moment.
It was fun, and you know what? It makes me feel like I can't wait, because we know Ellsworth's gonna get that championship match, and you know what? AJ is going to destroy the heck out of this guy. He's going to destroy him, and you know what? It will be wonderful, it will be glorious, and it will be phenomenal. That's what I say to that.
Why do you have your champion lose to this guy?
It was just shenanigans, man. Dean hit him with 2 dirty deeds, and I mean, that's the question you really got to be asking. Like, why in the world would
a referee hit somebody and then there's no repercussions?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you know what? And aside from that, man, like, let's let's dive down into this AJ and Dean thing. How many chances is Dean going to be getting for this damn title
Yes,
shot? Why?
yes.
I mean, what?
I don't know.
That's really where you should be upset with, and not so much
So
the champion getting pinned by a jobber, but so much that he's stuck in this feud with someone who doesn't deserve to be in line
he's
for the
not gonna win.
championship. Yeah, he didn't get screwed. He lost.
Thank you.
Good day, sir.
Good night.
Yes.
Dean. Good night,
Yes.
Dean. And I'm a
Good
Dean Ambrose
night.
fan, but like, come on. Come
Yeah,
on.
someone else needs to step up into this role and let's get it going. Let's get it popping. But you know what? Shout out to SmackDown, because you know what? They did something that I've been asking for a long time, and it made me so happy. And I marked the hell up when this happened, and it happened during this match as well. It was probably at the very beginning of the match, maybe 5, maybe 10-minute mark in the match where they went to a commercial. But the commercial was a picture-in-picture with the fight.
Yes, did you notice that?
That was amazing. I loved it.
They cut to something, and I remember because I taped. I like I told you, I DVR'd SmackDown. I just finished it, like 4 hours ago, and I remember getting ready to fast forward, and I saw the picture-in-picture, and I was like, "Wait a minute." No, all right. Well, obviously, I don't need to fast forward, and I watched the whole thing through. Is that the future of advertisement, where you just go picture-in-picture and you run? Because think about it. All right, let's think of the money, right? So when you go picture-in-picture, you have 2 mini screens. SmackDown's case, you had your commercials on the kind of okay, of 100% of a screen, you had SmackDown taking up 10%,
Yeah, 10%.
and then you had your advertisement kind of taking up what, 80%.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a good split right there.
But if you go picture-in-picture and you have, the size of the screen of SmackDown or WWE in general at 10%, what if you ran like 3 different ads? Or if you had 10% in one corner, right? The SmackDown 10% here, and then your advertisement, in the bottom right-hand corner, then you basically have a blank screen to just throw a bunch of random advertisements in. So I wonder if that's the future of advertising. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Either way works. I think that the way that they did it was perfect. Even though they muted the action, they spotlighted the advertisement, and I was focused. I was literally focused on the wrestling, but still listening to the Payday commercials and the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials and all the local commercials. I'm not sponsoring any of those. I'm just telling you that these were the commercials that were running. But
yeah,
like I enjoyed that. Like, I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to miss any of the action, and it was amazing. And that, I don't understand why they can't do that more. Like, it works. I mean, this is it. You've got a live sporting event. Unless you're going to take a timeout, there's no reason for you guys to cut from the action, period. Like, SmackDown, kudos to SmackDown. Like, if SmackDown is like the guinea pig of everything that's new, I would rather stay here at SmackDown, to be honest with you.
Yep. So the main event was the Wyatts versus Kane and Randy Orton. It just seemed kind of like I don't really care about Kane that much. He's awesome. He's a legend in the business and everything, but the ending of that match, it was what it was. I think it was just there to – I was going to say it was just there to further enhance the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt storyline, but gee, Bray's got 2 quick wins on him in a week. So, and in the weakest Sister Abigail I've ever seen in my life.
Didn't he like land on his like? If I remember it correctly, like he landed on Bray for the Sister Abigail, which I thought was just kind of like weird. I don't know if it was just a botch finish or that was meant to protect them or something, but it didn't look clean. Did you watch Talking Smack? Didn't?
Oh no, I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to ask if I watched the Bound for Glory, the Hardy match, or if I watched
The Great
the
Wall.
yeah, I haven't yet. I will definitely have it watched by this weekend. That's 100% commitment.
Yeah,
No,
gotta watch that.
I didn't watch Talking Smack either. Was it good?
Yeah, it was amazing. The only thing you have to really watch is the ending of it, and
Why? What happened? You could spoil it for me. I'm not gonna watch it.
could be could have been a silhouette of Sister Abigail in the background.
So they teased that last week. So I hope they bring up Sister Abigail, and I hope they do. It's gonna be stupid, but I hope they do. It could be anybody. Oh, speaking of teasers, so we've had a couple of teasers this week, and for those of y'all who don't know, Sage, the Mark, and I are going to be going to the Royal Rumble. We just purchased our tickets this week. We're going to have a real good time at the Royal Rumble. Sage is a big fan of live streaming from these events. For any listeners who are in San Antonio, if you're going to be going to the Royal Rumble, let us know so we could stop by, say what's up, say hi, and stuff like that. But we will be going to the Royal Rumble 2017. But teaser-wise, and this is why I bring up Royal Rumble, because I think it might be happening at Survivor Series. So they're teasing a match between Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a shit about seeing these guys fight. So Brock's pretty decent in the ring. Goldberg sucks. Goldberg's in-ring capability is terrible. Maybe I'm bitter because Bret Hart is my favorite wrestler of all time, and Goldberg mule kicked him in the head, and that was it. And Goldberg couldn't, back in the day, he couldn't sell that. But he couldn't sell that great. It wasn't his job to sell. He made a ton of money. Good for him and all. But I do not care about a 49-year-old Bill Goldberg coming out of retirement to fight Brock Lesnar. He's old. He's older, so when he comes to the ring, he's not going to look huge naturally because he's 49. The match is going to be terrible. I don't know how well Bill Goldberg can take a German suplex. Correction, I don't know how good Bill Goldberg can take 8 to 10 German suplexes. Because
that's all it's going to be dished out. Yeah, that's all it's going to be dished out.
So, I just don't. I don't know if I care, but I will say I will mark out when he walks to the ring. And I know Bill Goldberg. I have a good feeling he's going to come into the ring in shape and somewhat. And I kind of hope he keeps the gray because he's got a gray beard. I kind of hope he keeps the gray because it kind of gives him that like grizzled old veteran feel, you know, like I've been through some battles, some wars, and I've survived them. I'm not going to be a fan if he dyes his beard because I'm just going to think, man, you're just trying to be young, you know, and you're not. So go tell that in the story. So what do you think, man? Goldberg and Lesnar, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'll watch it. I love Bill Goldberg. You know, I was a big fan of Bill Goldberg in the WCW days. Not so much when he was watered down in WCW. Didn't he take a loss to Triple H or something like that?
Yeah, the WWE, he lost in the Elimination Chamber. He should have booked it on the fly, but Triple H hit him with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of that. So, and, you know, just
yeah, WCW Goldberg's awesome. WWE Goldberg sucks.
Yeah, that's my only thing. So, like, who are we gonna get? Right? Are we gonna get regardless? I get the age thing, but you know, just from a wrestling standpoint, are we going to get the WCW version or are we going to get the watered down WWE version? If we get the latter of the two, that's definitely not something that I'm really going to be too invested in watching. I'd rather see, honestly, Bill Goldberg go against some of the younger talent, win or lose. I would like to see, you know, Seth Rollins versus Bill Goldberg or Sami Zayn versus Bill Goldberg or Rusev versus Bill Goldberg, I think would be a even better match than all of those. But
what if they did what if now that he's 49, He's not going to be working major shows or anything like that. But what if he signed, right? And he could stay in shape and all, but what if he fought like Rusev, Sami Zayn's, these guys, right? Like the newer crowd. But because he's older, they got the upper hand and they controlled the match and beat him up throughout the whole match. But at the end, he just did, the spear and the jackhammer. Just like he used to do back in the day when he was young and unknown and strong. But now he comes back and does it, and these guys beat him up a lot throughout the match. They carry him because he's old, but he can kick out of finishers because he's like that grizzly old. He's like Hogan, like that grizzly old veteran who's. I don't even know if I'd call him a veteran. He only wrestled for like 5 years. But
He's so messed up, man. Respect that man.
No, he's what he brought to the table. I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. Like that whole, before him there was no going 100-0, and when I first saw him and I realized the streak was active, at first I just thought bald-headed white guy, goatee, big dude, black trunks. Oh, this is WCW trying to make a Steve Austin out of this guy. Nah, it's not going to work. Stone Cold's huge. Don't worry about it. But then when he wasn't Stone Cold and he like legit just did some really cool moves, I thought, yeah. And then when he breathed out the fire through his nose, the smoke through his nose.
Yep.
I'm like, oh yeah. I just thought like, and when he would stand in between all the sparks of I was like, oh man, this guy's legit.
Yo,
So,
when we gonna get Goldberg versus Gilbert? I mean, I think I'd rather much see that match than him and Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see Goldberg versus Gilbert versus James Ellsworth versus Ben Goosen versus Sage the Mark.
Goldberg, you're going down, son. I got the cheat codes.
Yeah. So in other news, I don't know if you heard. Did you hear about Hideo Itami?
Hideo Itami, Paige, Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, man. Hideo's done, man.
Yeah, he's done. So you can't come to WWE, wrestle for a few months, be out for a year with surgery, and then go out. So I saw the move. It was botched. It was, I mean, just an accident. That happens in the ring, big deal. But, yeah. And what's worse for Tommy is that he comes from Asia. And I'm not going to relegate that to Japan or China or anything. But he comes over here. He was probably supposed to be the big star, right? Because CM Punk apparently got to go to sleep from this guy, and Daniel Bryan took a lot of this guy's moves. He gets hurt, and Hideo Itami goes down, and WWE decides to sign Shinsuke Nakamura, and that's your that's the Asian influence when WWE goes to Tokyo and stuff like that. So I just. Maybe I don't know how old Hitami is. Maybe he has the injury bug, but there's that. I think I'm actually pretty pumped. I don't know if it's going to be televised that Mickie James is back. So
what?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
I did not hear about that. Mickie James is back?
Yes. So she's fighting at a NXT show. I think I forget where it was. It's in Canada.
That's a takeover.
Is it?
Yeah, the Toronto one? That's a takeover.
So she's fighting Asuka for the title.
Wow. Yo, I gotta get back on that NXT, man. I've been with SmackDown, man.
But I don't know if Mickie James has been on NXT. I think it was just she came in. I don't know. I just know she's fighting Asuka.
All right, well, I'll get on that.
And what was the thing? Paige and Del Rio?
Oh, man. Dude, I don't know what the heck is going on right now. I honestly don't.
So you did hear that, this is probably more unfortunate than anything, but you did hear that WWE released a statement that Paige failed her second drug test for an illegal substance.
Yeah,
So
I I don't know, man. Like I don't honestly I don't know who to believe on that. Because WWE has a history of shaming
yes,
wrestlers. Like it's pretty publicly known that that happens, and it's unfortunate. So I don't know if I can't tell for sure if it's that or if Paige is deliberately failing tests. Like, which you remember you were telling a couple months back that you failed a test for just not showing up to your scheduled event or whatever.
yes, yeah.
So, you know, I know that she's well, allegedly she's been trying to get out of her contract with the WWE, but she's locked in. At least she was locked in for like 6 to 8 years from when she signed her contract, which would put her at 26, 27, and she's only 23 right now.
She's young. She's just young and making mistakes.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I I wish her the best, you know, and if it is the neck thing, then I hope she gets well, because it's a shame to not see her in the ring. Apparently Del Rio is going to TNA for a few shows, so maybe we'll see Paige there. Well, that'd be interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Oh, it'll work. As soon as the 60-day suspensions is done, she's gonna get canned for another one. If she truly wants out of her contract, and that's her plan. Hopefully
Just
she doesn't.
3 strikes and
Because,
you're out kind of thing.
yeah, WWE's wellness policy is. But that's the thing is, so Paige has failed too, but you're still employed. So
Not employed, you're still contracted.
you're still contracted, meaning you still technically, I mean, you got something going on afterwards. And I think WWE wants her to come back. They just, obviously, they can't if you're doing drugs or whatever. And maybe she smoked some weed or did a little bit of coke or something. And just she was having some fun party and she just got caught. But
Allegedly.
yeah, who knows? Who knows,
Yeah,
right?
don't
So,
know.
what else? Is there anything else for? I think we pretty much touched everything, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for the week. I gotta get on TNA and see what's going on there because I definitely need to do
Billy
that.
Corgan is suing him. Billy Corgan, he just said today he's gonna, and he's president of TNA, but he's suing him and gotten a restraining order and everything.
Wow, why?
Don't know. He just today, it was on TMZ and everything. He is suing TNA, so that company's going to be done in a year, 2 years tops. They're done.
Damn. Well, hopefully he'll be able to rebrand it or start his own
He can't.
promotion. And
No, he can't. If he's, it's like us. Like if you sue the company you work for, you can't contribute to that company you work for anymore.
he can't poach the talent. Probably have like a
No.
no-compete
And
clause.
he's one of the owners. So if you're suing the company you work for and you're an owner,
Yeah, it's not a good look. Damn.
that's a really bad look.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be it's gonna be kind of tough. I did want to get your opinion on Miss Rousey coming back. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, she's fighting Amanda Nunes at 206, I believe.
Oh my goodness. What do you think about that?
So she opened up as the favorite. I will say that. I think that Nunes coming off of beating Tate puts the title. I think she beat Tate, right? Like in her last fight, she
She
that'll
mutilated Alicia.
I think that puts the title pretty quickly on Rousey, and I think Misha Tate will fight Holly Holm, and the winner of that, which more than likely will be Holly Holm, will fight. I assume Rousey, but Rousey said she kind of also wants to fight Cyborg. I think the UFC is tough right now because they're in a good spot. You have fighters that are willing to muddy the waters. So I think Conor McGregor, regardless of what you think of his shit talking and all that, man, he's so good for the sport because he he doesn't care about what weight class you're in. It's more of a, if I could show up and make weight, I can beat you up. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about that. If I could show up and you and I weigh the same amount, and granted, I know there's weight cuts and things like that, but for the most part, if we could weigh in at the same thing, you're not going to beat me. And I think that him fighting at 170 and now he's fighting for the 155 title, and I don't even know if it's less than 2 months away at 205. Which, by the way, we will have a 205 prediction here podcast. But
yeah, 205 is in about 3 weeks, I think. It's like November 4th or 5th or something.
So I'm pumped about Rousey coming back. I think that it's where the money's at for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It would be interesting to see if she can hold the title through Mania, because I would definitely like to see that belt there. So,
oh yeah,
I think will happen if she is successful. So that's good, man. That's good. So yeah, just curious. We'll definitely have our predictions up. We'll probably do something the next week or two on that.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else you want to chat about?
I'm good, man. Let's go ahead and plug and get out of here.
Yeah. So follow me, Ben_Goosen. Ben_Goosen. That's on Twitch and on Twitter. So I appreciate the Twitter follows too. So anytime you need something, just let me know. Hit me up. Or if you just want to ask a question, Goose, what did you think about this or whatever, so hit me up. But Ben_Goosen on Twitch and on Twitter. What about you, Sage?
You can find me at Sage the Mark on Twitter, or Real WrestleCast is our Twitter page for our podcast. Then don't forget to visit us at IRWP.us. For the audio people, thank you so much for subscribing. We are now on iTunes and Stitcher and everywhere else that you have. If you can't find us, just go to our website, irwp.us, click on podcasts, and then click on that RSS feed at the top right. That will launch right into your podcast feeder, and we're good to go. Just share, like, and get the word out, guys. We appreciate the love and the support. So.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you guys just want to hit us up, again, the comments and all that stuff, and I don't give a shit about making money on this, so I'm not gonna hit you up and say, hey, comment so I can make money, or pull the twist on, hey, comment so I can make money so I can keep this thing running. It's strictly just a fan thing. Like, if I made $1 million a week off this gig, big deal. It'd be pretty awesome. So I'll say, if I made $100 a week off this thing, big deal, cool. Let's put that back into the podcast or back into the community. But other than that, I appreciate you guys, and whoever listens certainly appreciate it. You definitely get the good vibes. The good vibes. Yeah, you definitely get the good vibes this week.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, keep it real.
Right.